Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, or the Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast, episode 108. Good God. Back with JakeTalkSports. How you doing, my guy?
I'm doing pretty good. I found out today that I think the sport that I'm best at is mini hoop basketball.
Oh?
So, I'm doing pretty good. Not gonna lie to you.
You're mini hoop god, huh?
I guess so, dude. I was draining some threes before we got on, so who knows?
Steph Curry on the mini hoop. I like it.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Oh, man. NFL news the last 2 days has been something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Too many moves. Too much stuff's happening.
Too much stuff is happening. I can't keep up.
Now, we spent most of your podcast yesterday talking about, a lot of yesterday's stuff, Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, so we don't really need to cover those today, but a bit of news that came out like right after we ended, Bobby Wagner getting cut. What do you think?
I think I said this in my TikTok video. I think that this just is further proof to my theory that the Seahawks are just blowing it up. This is why I think they'll run with Drew Lock for a year, because they are not going to be trying to win next year. That's my thoughts. I honestly think there's a chance that one of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are on the roster before the year starts. That's how far I think this is going to go for them. I think they're seriously going full rebuild mode.
Do the Broncos call him up and offer Tim Patrick for Tyler Lockett? Get Russ his favorite weapon?
I mean, those two do literally the exact same thing, so why not just make them have the chemistry?
Right? Get Lockett back.
Yeah. I don't know. Wagner, I think, would be a good piece for virtually any team. So as far as landing spots for him, anywhere he wants to go, I'm sure he'll be accepted.
So I was thinking, right? The Broncos have a chance right now to basically reunite that, what was it, 2013 Seahawks team?
14.
2014. Yeah.
The Super Bowl year, yeah. It's 14.
They could. There's a world. Kareem Jackson, the safety for the Broncos, is a free agent, I believe. They could maybe add another corner. There's a world where Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas, and Richard Sherman are on the Broncos now that they have Russ. There's a world where it happens, and I'm intrigued by it.
What you're describing right now sounds exactly like the Bucs a few years ago.
Or the Rams last year. Like
the Rams last year, just getting a bunch of washed up vets who somehow play good football again.
Yeah, I can see it.
I still think Richard Sherman's a good corner, though.
Oh, yeah.
I still think Richard Sherman's a good corner.
He'd be their third corner.
Maybe second behind Surtain.
Surtain, Fuller, Bryce Callahan.
I forgot Fuller's
count.
there.
He's going to be a slot guy anyways, so he doesn't really count. But
I honestly don't remember the last time Earl Thomas played football. Was it
for the Ravens 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think he retired after the Derrick Henry stiff arm game, I want to say.
Well, no, he didn't retire. And I think
he just a free agent?
Talking about you're thinking Josh Norman with the stiff arm game.
Oh, Earl Thomas got stiff armed pretty hard in the divisional round against the Titans.
Oh, that might have happened too. But,
when the Ravens played him. Same game, Henry threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know. The Ravens cut him like third week of the season for some reason, and then yeah,
he's just a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. Shit, add Bobby Wagner, add KJ Wright, just go full 2014.
You know, I think that this Broncos team is genuinely going to be scary if Von Miller comes back. Like, genuinely.
I think it's scary even if they don't.
I'm saying it's scary now. Oh my goodness, they're definitely better than the Chargers right now. They're more well-rounded. They were a quarterback away from being one of the best teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
And the Chargers defense, I don't think even after the draft and stuff can get better than the Broncos. So I think the Russ move and the potential of Von Miller coming back and the potential of Bobby Wagner going to going to Denver and playing middle linebacker for him, which is a need of theirs, I mean, it's game over. It's game over.
So, thinking about the Chargers, though, they have the most cap space in the NFL right now. So,
Yeah.
Is there a world in your mind where the Chargers go get, like, maybe they go get Bobby Wagner, Chandler Jones, and Tyrann Mathieu, and just make that defense fucking wild?
I mean, there sure is a chance. I have kind of Tyrann Mathieu and Chandler Jones mocked other places currently. I have Tyrann Mathieu to Baltimore, and I have Chandler Jones to Tennessee currently. But
I have Chandler Jones going to the Bills, but
Tyrann Mathieu standing next to Derwin James sounds like that's
scary
just. Their corners suck.
Screw it, they can add J.C. Jackson too, and Asante Samuel Jr. is good.
Samuel Jr. is their best corner.
Yeah,
he's gonna be good. J.C. Jackson, I don't know, dude. I feel like he'll end up in Houston.
Really?
That's where I have him mocked currently. It sounds like a team that would go after him.
I think he goes to somewhere that doesn't suck.
I could even see him back in New England.
That one I can't. The way he's talked about it is that New
True.
England
He's
is
not too happy with them, but
he's just
I don't
over
know.
it.
I don't know about him. Yeah, the Chargers getting those guys would be. I don't know if Tyrann Mathieu alone would make that defense better than the Broncos.
I wouldn't say alone, but if they added a bunch of pieces.
They added Chandler Jones to go on the other side of Joey Bosa. That would be.
If they could add even the other safety, Marcus Williams, that would be interesting as well.
Literally, I don't even know if Marcus Williams is good personally, because the only play I've ever seen of Marcus Williams is when he is the Minneapolis Miracle. I just do not watch Saints film.
He is good. He's just
that was a tough play.
Yeah, it was. What do the Broncos have for cap room? I genuinely don't
Can't
know.
imagine a lot after the Russell Wilson thing.
This website is not helping at all.
I don't know how much they had to take on for us.
I'm sure it was a bit. It looks like they're taking on
$24 million for us.
Yeah,
that's really tough.
Yeah, and they're paying $21 million to the fourth-year vet Garrett Bowles, who is 31. That's a little off. I think he's 29 and been in the league for 4 years.
Garrett Bowles is super, super, super good, though.
I need the actual number. But the Broncos, their biggest issue right now is going to be their O-line. And I don't know how you fix it if you don't have cap room and you just gave up all your picks.
Well, I think an advantage that they have is that Russ is a mobile guy.
That's true. That is true.
But Garrett Bowles is really good. I forget his last name, but Dalton something he's pretty good. It's Dalton Clampett, something like that.
Right. Couldn't.
But I have no idea. I know he was pretty good last year. Their center's not good. I'm pretty sure their tackles aren't good.
I was gonna say it's a tough spot because Ryan Jensen's available, Brandon Scherf's available, but you're not gonna have the money to go get them.
Is Ryan Jensen the one who retired? Who was that?
That's Ali Marpet.
Okay. That Bucs line's rough.
It looks like it's gonna be. They got Tristan Wirfs, and that's about it.
I mean, he's a dog, but yeah.
Yeah, but one guy ain't fixing your O-line.
Same situation with Denver with just Garrett Bowles, but I think Russ is more mobile than Teddy. Yes, Russ is more mobile than Teddy. Teddy can move, but Russ is a magician.
Animal. Yeah,
because even if Teddy was faster, there's no way he would be better at throwing the ball in the run than Russ is. And I like that receiving core. Jerry Judy's like quietly one of the best route runners in the NFL. Tim Patrick's one of the better deep threats, and Cortland Sutton just does both.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see any reason why that shouldn't work out if they're healthy.
And then you got other options. Like I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if it was when I was with you or just when I was recording my video. But they're going to need a new tight end. Somebody tried to tell me that Albert, his last name starts with O. Not going to try to pronounce it.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
He's not good enough to be your tight end one. He's just not.
I don't think he is. He was good in Noah Fant's absence last season, but
yeah, but
he
wasn't.
He's not number one guy. I said to go for Jared Cook.
So I'm trying to find it again. So I was looking.
Or Gronk.
And now it doesn't want to bring up. It'll show me receivers, but not tight ends. That's nice. So you got Zach Ertz is available. Jimmy Graham, who's played with Russ before.
Yeah, but I think Jimmy Graham's kind of washed, isn't he?
Maybe, but I'm just giving you options here. CJ Uzama is a free agent currently.
No way he doesn't end up back in Cincinnati.
I don't know.
If he were to go to Denver, that'd be sick. But I think he's pretty set on going to Cincy.
Rudolph the Red Zone Reindeer is a free agent.
I'll get him out of New York, bro.
Oh, he is. New York cut him.
Yeah. I'm glad he'll be playing for somebody different next year.
Yeah, me too. Gerald Everett, who was just with Russ last year.
Ooh, Jared Everett's very good too. He's good. Robert
Tonyan is currently still scheduled to be a free agent.
We don't need to talk about. He's not even an option. He'll be with the Packers.
O.J. Howard is a free agent.
I forgot about him.
Yep.
Okay.
Who else is on this list? I know Tyler Conklin is going to be a free agent from the Vikings. He would be interesting. I don't know if there's anybody else that matters.
Probably not.
I guess Mo Alley Cox from the Colts.
I think any of those guys are serviceable.
But I think if you could end up with Rudolph or Ertz, that would be nuts.
See, here's the thing for me. With that receiving trio, I don't think you need that good of a tight end.
That's why I'm thinking Rudolph. He's always been a great run blocker, and then he is better for the red zone than any of the receivers you have.
Because when you look at teams who have like an elite wide receiving core, their tight ends usually aren't like top tier. Like the only teams like San Francisco, outside of the Tyreek Hill, the Chiefs receiving core is not that good.
Right.
Even according to you, Tyreek Hill isn't either.
No, okay. Dude, I said this before. Just because I don't think he's a top 10 or 15 receiver doesn't mean he's bad. It just means there are a bunch of guys. If I was starting a team, that I'd take over him. And I think
Mecole Hardman, Byron Pringle, those guys aren't good. Travis Kelce.
Josh Gordon's officially back in Kansas City.
Like Mark Andrews, that receiving core isn't great. Most of the elite tight ends are on teams that they'll get the ball a lot because they're not.
Right.
Receivers aren't good. With this receiving trio, as long as they're healthy, I like Kyle Rudolph perfectly fine.
Kyle Rudolph would be great. Or
the Giants were trying to do the same
Jared
thing with
Cook
Kyle Rudolph, technically.
Yeah, they were.
Healthy, that receiving core is like really good. Kenny Galladay's good, and Kadarius Toney's a freak, and Darius Slayton's good, and Sterling Shepard.
Dude, everybody's been trying to tell me Kenny Galladay is the worst receiver in the league.
Dude, you have to remember, and I'm gonna take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt because I do believe in him a little bit, but you have to remember who's throwing to him.
Yep.
You have to remember who's designing their offense.
Yep.
Joe Judge, and you have to remember
it was Freddie Kitchens and Jason Garrett. Remember, Joe Judge is a special
doesn't make
teams
it much
guy,
better.
not an offensive
Yeah.
guy.
Exactly. Jason Garrett's designing your offense for the first half of the year, then Freddie Kitchens. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's like Jacksonville. I genuinely think Marvin Jones is still a good receiver. Did he look like it in Jacksonville? Absolutely not.
No.
Same with Laviska Shenault. I think Laviska Shenault's actually going to be pretty good too. But their offense was garbage.
God, did
I don't know how.
did you ever watch any film on their offense? It was a war crime, man.
Because Urban Meyer is not an NFL coach.
No.
And it was so evident because when Darrell Bevell took over when Meyer was fired, their offense ran pretty smoothly.
Yep.
You could tell that it wasn't his fault. He was their OC, and you could tell that it wasn't his fault. You could tell it was Urban Meyer's fault.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better it's going to be with Doug Peterson, but it's the same situation with them. I feel
think it'll
like Kenny
be a lot
Galladay's still
better.
good. Marvin Jones is still good. Those.
Yeah, the Broncos are an interesting team right now.
Oh, they certainly are. Yes.
Let's move on to today's news. Carson Wentz getting traded to the Washington Commanders. Carson Wentz is a commie. How do you feel?
My take is that he is not that much of an upgrade from Taylor Heineke.
I agree, honestly. I
think there are things that he does better. He is probably a little bit more accurate.
Yep.
He is probably a little bit better with the deep ball.
Yep.
But Taylor Heineke, I think, makes better decisions. Carson Wentz can be stupid. Very, very stupid sometimes. There was one throw, I think it was against the Raiders, where he threw in a double coverage, and it got touched by both of the Raiders defenders and somehow just landed in T.Y. Hilton's arms. Everyone was like, oh, what a throw. But like in reality, it probably should have been picked. I don't understand what goes on in Carson Wentz's brain. Because I think at his best, he could genuinely be a solid top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
With his talent and stuff, he just makes so many dumb decisions and throws so many picks he shouldn't be throwing.
Yep.
This does not make Washington any better. They still probably will finish third in the division behind Dallas and Philly.
I don't know. I'm running out of faith in Dallas to be any good next year. I'm super low on Dallas.
I'm waiting to see what goes on with Amari. I haven't officially done anything with him yet. So,
no, but if Amari and DeMarcus Lawrence are gone,
DeMarcus Lawrence is, I think, definitely gone. I think they cut him already.
Yeah,
but Amari Cooper. I don't know, dude. It's a rough situation there.
Yeah, it is. Every game in his career where Dak hasn't had Amari, he has been awful. I don't know why you'd get rid of his favorite weapon and the only weapon he's any good with.
Yeah. I will say, regarding Washington, if there is a good connection between Wentz and Terry McLaurin, I can see a possibility in a scenario where they win the division.
Also, I've heard a lot of rumors of Amari Cooper going there. So getting McLaurin, Cooper, and Curtis Samuel.
Their receivers outside of McLaurin and maybe Curtis Samuel are bad.
Yeah.
Cam Sims and Adam Humphries are the next two guys up. I don't trust either of those guys.
As a fourth, I like Cam Sims because, I mean, he can make plays. Look at how he mocked.
He had a nice catch. Yeah. I'm sure about that.
But I don't want him to be like, my third guy. I want him 4 or 5.
Right, because Curtis Samuel was hurt all year, so he was the number 2 guy.
Yeah.
Last year. That did not work out. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Washington.
I don't get it.
I like Wentz. I'm not like rooting. I'm not like preying on his downfall. It's just for a team to like spend all they did on you and have that much faith in you as the Colts did.
Yeah.
And for them to trade you after 1 year, something went wrong. And the Colts lost this trade. I'll be brutally honest here.
Colts lost the last trade as well. I mean, and I'm not going to go blaming this entire season on Carson Wentz. Like, I'm sorry. The Jacksonville game, everybody's trying to blame it on Carson Wentz. It's like, no, he's the only person who played good in Jacksonville.
That defense let a rookie quarterback just pick them apart.
And Jonathan Taylor forgot how to run the football.
And Taylor was averaging like 2.5 yards a carry or something. That's the thing. Carson Wentz was probably close to being the most at fault for what happened with Indianapolis last year. But their defense sold in some big moments.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. It's week 18, worst team in the division. All you got to do to make the playoffs is win. And they beat you by a good margin. Not even by, like, a close game. They beat you by a good margin. Against the Bucs, they had them wrapped up. They had a lead. Defense blew it. Carson Wentz played great in that game. Against the Raiders, Carson Wentz played great. Lost in overtime because the defense gave up a field goal. Carson Wentz... Who's their quarterback now? They're running out of options pretty fast here. With Russ gone...
It's going to be... They're going to trade for Kirk Cousins, or it's going to be Teddy Bridgewater. I'm calling it now.
Or Jimmy G.
I don't think they want...
Jimmy G's the one as he's circulating. Or they draft Kenny Pickett.
I don't think they want to give up more picks. They're going to sign a free agent. I don't see them giving up picks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Jameis.
I'm mocking Kenny Pickett there. I feel like there's no reason not to take a young guy.
Because they don't have a first-round pick. That's why they don't take a young guy.
Kenny Pickett might not be a first-round draft pick.
I don't think he's fallen that far. He'd have to fall
maybe
to
one of the quarterbacks will.
Like that's.
I don't know who the
45. I think.
I don't know who the I don't know who's gonna take a quarterback now. It's a thing.
Washington was like going to. I think
Washington was like the highest team with the highest pick that would have taken one. They're off the board.
The Panthers. And now the Seahawks.
What pick do the Seahawks have now?
Like 9, I think.
The Broncos?
Yeah. The
Broncos are picking 9th?
They had a pretty low pick, I can tell you that. Let me find it. I'm trying to... It's weird after the trade. I don't know where we're at. Let's see. The Seahawks, pick 9. And right now, whoever this is has them picking Malik Willis.
He's basically just a younger Russell Wilson, so I don't see why not, I guess.
And this mock draft has the Vikings taking Derek Stingley. I don't see him falling to 12, but okay.
He might.
I guess.
If he falls to 12, then Sauce probably would.
No, they have them taking Sauce at. They have the Jets taking Sauce at 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually like a painfully realistic situation.
Let me read you this mock because it's interesting.
Sure.
Ikem Ekwonu, number 1 to the Jags, which I like it, but okay. The Panthers are apparently going to trade up with the Lions and draft Evan Neal.
I did not take a quarter. What?
Yeah, don't ask me. No shot. The Texans are going to take Trayvon Walker, the edge, at 3. Not Aiden Hutchinson, not Kayvon. Dude, who the fuck is this?
Wait, what website is this guy working for?
NFL.com.
Oh my goodness.
Lance Zerline, we're calling you out because you're a fucking idiot.
Trayvon Walker.
They got the Jets taking Kyle Hamilton at 4.
That's going to happen, for sure.
The Giants taking Trevor Penning at 5.
Isn't he a tackle?
Yeah, they're picking him over Charles Cross and
in this draft, not Evan Neal, no, because the Panthers went. What the
fuck? The Lions, who are now at 6, are picking Aiden Hutchinson. Okay.
So the Lions still managed to get Aiden Hutchinson.
The Giants at 7 are picking Jermaine Johnson, the edge out of Florida State. Kayvon Thibodeau is not the 4th edge off the board. They have him going.
Where do they have Kayvon falling to?
8 to the Falcons.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Just realistically will not happen.
Malik Willis at 9 to the Seahawks.
That makes sense.
Sauce
like a smaller
at 10 to the Jets.
I could see that happening.
Commanders
probably.
at 11 are taking Garrett Wilson.
That would be so dope.
Vikings are taking Derek Stingley.
That's okay.
Browns are taking George Karlaftis.
That's really their only hole. Maybe like a corner or a linebacker.
Yeah. The Ravens are going to end up with Charles Cross, who falls to 14 somehow.
Wade falls to 14, but that'd be a dope pick for them.
The Eagles are going to end up with Trent McDuffie and Drake London at 15 and 16.
Wait, what position is Trent McDuffie?
Corner, which makes
Corner?
sense. The Eagles will do everything they can to not draft a linebacker. That is their goal in life.
One draft a backer. No, they will not.
The Steelers are going to take Pickett at 17.
I can see Steelers taking Pickett if Willis is off the board.
Okay, hold on.
Hell.
Linderbaum is not off the board yet. That just clicked in my head.
This guy has him as a first rounder, though, right?
I don't know. At 18, the Saints are taking Kenyon Green, the guard.
Huh?
Do the Saints even need a guard? They have Cesar Ruiz and Andres Pete. Do they need a guard?
Their line was fine last year. Their line was fine.
Like, if Charles Cross falls to 18, sure, you replace Teron Armstead, but like...
Might even go, like, receiver. Like, they need somebody who's not Marquez Callaway behind Michael Thomas.
Then the Eagles are going to go David Ajabo at 19.
Hey, he's not a linebacker. Never mind, we talked about this yesterday.
Nope.
He's an edge.
Chargers are going to take Jordan Davis at 20. I don't hate that.
I have
they
them
need
taking Jordan Davis. I have them taking Jordan Davis in mine, too.
Finally, Khair Elam goes off the board to the Patriots at 21.
Plays J.C. Jackson, yeah.
The Raiders are going to take Devin Lloyd at 22.
From Utah?
Yep.
Okay.
Linebacker from Utah. The Cardinals taking Chris Olave. Cowboys taking Treylon Burks. Jesus Christ.
You don't need a receiver.
No, they don't. That's like the reason you let Amari go is because you have faith, but whatever. The Bills are going to take Andrew Booth, the corner.
Be nice with Trey White. Booth's good.
Here we go. Tyler Linderbaum falls to 26 to the Titans.
No shot.
Linderbaum doesn't get past 12 if he's still available.
He's the best center. He's literally, isn't he like the only like decent center in the draft?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It has to be a team in like the top 15 at least that needs a center.
The Vikings, I can tell you, will take him if he's there. They'll pass on a corner for him.
I would.
The Packers are going to take Bernard Rallman out of Central Michigan.
Who in the world is?
He's some offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman?
Yeah.
Give me a break, dude. There's no way.
The Bucks are going to take center/guard Zion Johnson.
That makes sense.
Yep.
That works.
No. The Dolphins are taking Quay Walker at 29. What is the other linebacker in this draft?
Kobe Dean?
He's not a first-round pick, according to this guy.
This guy's nuts, bro. Nakobe Dean will hopefully be a Packer, but Nakobe Dean will definitely be a first-round pick.
Now, pick 32, they have the Lions taking Jamison Williams. I like that.
That would be awesome. I feel like people are kind of low on Jamison Williams.
It's because the injury scares people. This is an awful mock, though.
This is terrible. What's this guy's name again? Let's call him out again. Let's make sure he knows.
Lance Zierlein. You fucked up on this one, bud. Oh my god.
Sad thing is, he's probably like his only job is probably to do draft stuff.
NFL media draft analyst. So yeah. Okay, let's go to his first mock draft because this is his new one after the trades. What was he originally thinking? Did he just become a dumbass, or has he always been one? Okay, it starts better. Evan Neal, Aiden Hutchinson, Ikem Ekwonu, and Kyle Hamilton are your first 4 picks. So, and no trades this time. So Jaguars go Neal, Lions Hutchinson, Ekwonu to the Giants, Hamilton to the Jets. All makes sense to me.
Sure.
Derek Stingley to the Texans also kind of fits. Okay.
I had Andrew Booth going there in my mock.
At 5?
Yeah.
You're a
Booth's better
psycho.
I think Booth's better than Stingley, and Booth's a better fit than Sauce is there.
Booth is not better than Stingley, Sauce, Kyer Elam, or McDaniels. No, he's maybe cornerback
draft
5.
night. Just wait till draft night.
When he goes in the second round, yeah, okay. They got the Panthers taking Charles Cross.
What are they going to do at quarterback? They do not have a good quarterback.
It's fun. They're bringing Teddy back.
They're not.
Kayvon Thibodeau to the Giants at 7. At least he's the second edge off the board now. At least it makes sense there.
I think that even people might disagree with this. I think that even like no matter what people think, I think that Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau are locked to be the top 2 picks in some order. I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing.
The Jaguars are going tackle.
Talked about Evan Neal yesterday, though. He's small.
Right.
If they're going to go tackle, they should go.
I think it should be
McQuanu.
Yeah, it should be.
Because Evan Neal looks kind of small.
He does. Let some other team, let the Giants ruin their offensive line again by taking a bad tackle. It's what they do.
If Evan Neal ends up being good, then I'll eat my words there. But
absolutely, that's how the draft works. When
honestly, I hope he ends up being good.
I'm not rooting for anybody to be bad. I'm just saying from what I've seen,
He couldn't be bad.
No shot. Oh my God. Hold on. So he has the Vikings taking Trent McDuffie because Sauce and Stingley are off the board. But Linderbaum's still on the board, you fuckwit. He also has the Falcons taking Treylon Burks at 8. Why?
I actually have the Falcons taking a receiver too, not Burks. I have them going receiver with the loss of Calvin Ridley. I have them going. I think I had Garrett Wilson going there.
Interesting. He had the Commanders going Pickett. That's obviously not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Yeah.
Willis to the Steelers makes sense.
I'm going to take him if he's there. I guarantee it.
No way. Somehow he's got to be a Bengals fan because Tyler Linderbaum falls to 31 to the Bengals in this one.
I do agree that the Bengals desperately need to go.
Yeah, but I don't think Linderbaum's fallen 31 picks.
Be there.
George Karlaftis is falling to 30 to the Chiefs, apparently. With like 4 other edges taken above.
I could definitely see him falling.
Ooh, Nakobe Dean to the Packers. You'll be happy about that one.
I'd be very happy about that, especially because Devondre Campbell's probably on his way out.
Jamison Williams to the Dolphins. They don't need another receiver. Their receiving core is kind of stacked.
People forget Will Fuller's coming back.
And Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker's there and Jalen Waddle's there.
Like, they don't need a receiver. They're good.
Dolphins need a linebacker.
Or offensive line. Or a running back.
Offensive lineman or running back. Really anything but a wide receiver, if I'm being real. Much. I'd be okay with them taking anybody else, even a corner.
Yeah. Wow. This is just...
NFL.com for hiring specific people for this kind of stuff. They're not too good at their jobs.
Yeah, sometimes, man. Sometimes it's bad. Then you get like Daniel Jeremiah. He probably knows what the hell's going on. Well, sure. His isn't updated for the Seattle trade though. So,
yeah, I got to come out with a new one this next week.
Well, I want to wait another couple of days because who knows who else is still on the move, man.
Yeah, I don't even know when like all this trade stuff's gonna like die down. Could be a while still.
Yeah, because there's still, I don't know. Jamal Adams might want out of Seattle now. Teams have already started calling about the receivers.
Adams is going to his homeland and back to the Jets. Him and Kyle Hamilton.
That would be funny. Oh, that would be a nasty safety. Well, Jamal Adams isn't a safety; he's a linebacker, but that's fine.
He's blitz boy for a reason, but yeah.
Man, Kirk could be on the move. I guess teams are still calling about Derek Carr.
I am starting to more and more lean towards Derek Carr not being a Raider next year.
I still think he will be,
from what I'm hearing from some people who are usually pretty reliable, they're getting some pretty good offers for him that they might take. But Colts I think are after him pretty heavily right now.
Colts, I would say call up Minnesota, but you don't have any pieces. So, like, what can the Colts offer anyone for a QB? They don't have picks.
Leonard?
Okay, if the Colts call the Vikings and say, we'll give you Darius Leonard for Kirk, you say deal and then say no backsies when you hang up the phone. Like, fuck. Just imagine, because Anthony Barr is hitting free agency, you replace him, so the pairing is Eric Kendricks and Darius Leonard for your linebackers. That would be nasty. Trade,
it'd be Darius Leonard or me out here for the Vikings. Colts would never do this, but just hypothetically because it's fun. Mr. Nelson.
Oh, God, yeah. Fuck it. We'll give you Kirk and Danielle Hunter.
Those are the two most valuable pieces. You don't need Jonathan Taylor. Those are their two most valuable pieces.
I could also see a world where, what's the corner's name? Is it Kenny Moore?
No. Xavier, that's it. Xavier Rhodes comes back.
No.
That's the trade.
Those
straight
roads
up Xavier
are too
Rhodes
wide
for Kirk
open.
Cousins.
I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, Kenny Moore, he's good. The ball hog.
He's great. I'm super down.
They have a good backup corner, so it's not even like they'd be losing that much.
And you'd get the quarterback who's worse than Wentz, and you'll learn that very quickly. But hey, do what you gotta do.
All you gotta do is convince him he's better than Wentz, and then when the trade goes through, you can let them figure it out for themselves.
Right. And look at just hit him with the thing everybody hits me with when I say Kirk's bad. Look at his numbers. Just tell that to the Colts. Just look at his numbers. Don't watch any tape. Just look at his numbers.
Statistically, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Statistically, he might be one of the best quarterbacks ever. Too bad he can't win games. Tough.
Win percentage isn't up there, though.
Yeah, no. Oh, man. I hate it. I hate him.
I hate him.
I hate him. Dude, you don't know how hyped I was, 2 months ago when the thought truly was that we were trading him to Denver and we were getting Teddy back. I was so happy.
I think all Vikings fans are happy. He's a fan favorite
Teddy's
down there.
our guy. He's our guy.
And favorite.
I want him back. I don't care what we got to do. Send Kirk to the USFL. I don't give a fuck. Maybe he can win a championship there. Probably not, but it's fine.
They even play a season, but yeah.
Oof. I don't know. Yeah, I also wish the Vikings had money because there's offensive linemen who would actually be good to have.
Aaron Armstead would be nice.
See, we're good at the tackles. We have Darisaw and O'Neal.
Taron Armstead can play guard. Believe.
He could, or we could just go sign Scherf. I'd rather have Scherf.
Can either Darisaw or the other guy play tackle or no?
Or play guard, you mean?
Guard, yeah, sorry.
No, not really. And we have one decent guard. I like Ezra Cleveland. It's our center and our right guard that's more of a question. And I think if you schemed it right, Bradbury can be good. He's kind of undersized for a center. You have to draw it up so he can use his athleticism and not try to make it a use his strength thing because he's not that guy. And you'd have to have a guy who actually understood how to draw up the protection for the offensive line, which we just haven't had a guy who could do that. But it would also be cool, move him to your right guard and go get, like, Ryan Jensen. That'd be sick.
Ryan Jensen would be a great ad for Minnesota.
He really would be. But I don't know what you do. I don't know the best course of action, but what's the biggest move you want the Packers to do now? Because I know you get your quarterback and your receiver back was big. What's next?
As far as the draft goes, I'd like Treylon Burks, Kobe Dean if he's there. Treylon Burks because he's big, and Devontae Adams is not. Devontae Adams is tall, but he's not like built. He's kind of just quick. So I would say Treylon Burks to complement Devontae Adams. Free agency wise, I think I would do my best to re-sign Campbell. Or Rasul Douglas. As far as like looking at free agents goes, honestly, there's not many people available out there right now that fit their needs. J.C. Jackson would be awesome. J.C. Jackson would definitely have the wish list. Him, Eric Stokes, and Jair. That would just be disgusting. And
I don't think
awesome.
you could ever make that one work money wise.
That would not. Yeah,
he's gonna want $15 million a year, or like
running out of money. Probably. We're running out of money. I think that here is my take is that one of Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon needs to go.
Ooh.
And my even hotter take, it's getting spicy, is that it should be Aaron Jones. Because
I wouldn't.
He is costing us a lot of money.
I get it. But also, you're not going to get a team that would take his full contract, probably. Or if they did, you're not going to get as much in return. And the way I'd look at it is A.J. Dillon is a better pure runner. Aaron Jones can do more for that offense than A.J. Dillon can as a whole.
Sure, I don't know. I just think that Aaron Jones might not worth what he's being paid.
Ooh, spicy.
When that deal first happened, I was immediately upset about it. I do not think we should have paid him that much money or signed him for that many years. It's as far as the O line goes, we're fine. The D line, who's a free agent defensive lineman right now? I don't even know.
Defensive
we need
line.
Somebody, because Kenny Clark's, I think, a free agent.
Dante Fowler, Calais Campbell, JPP, Akeem Hicks, Jerry Hughes, Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph, Jadeveon Clowney, Emmanuel Ogba.
Okay.
One
of those guys would be
Sheldon
great.
Richardson.
We basically just need another edge rusher.
Isaac Rochelle, TikTok's favorite defensive end.
That'd be awesome. we need an edge rusher because the Packers are releasing my boy Zadarius Smith. So
because he's not that good. No.
He
plays for the Packers. He's not that good.
He's a menace. But
a menace to the injured reserve. Sorry.
Yeah, he played a full year last year, and he absolutely terrorized your Vikings.
Ooh, everyone terrorizes the Vikings. The Vikings terrorize the Vikings. What are you on about?
That's true. Anyway, Zadarius Smith costs us too much money. He's getting old.
Yeah,
we're gonna release him.
Yep.
I would love Isaac Rochelle, who I actually think is good because I started to watch tape on him because I saw him on TikTok. I think he's better than people give him credit for. And JPP would be good. Akeem Hicks would be good. Somebody on that D line. Our pass rush wasn't great last year.
I keep hearing Akeem Hicks to the Vikings rumors. I don't think so.
I don't think you would hate that.
I don't think the Vikings want that. Him and Dalvin Cook fucking hate each other. Like, that's been a thing. That's always been a thing. Every time they play each other, those two just get into it every fucking time. Every time. It is so. I don't know what the Dalvin Cook, Akeem Hicks beef is about,
Because he owns them.
Because Dalvin owns them for sure. Everyone owns
No,
the
I
Bears.
mean, everyone owns the Bears.
Am I wrong? Everyone owns the Bears.
I think it would be really funny if Kirk plays for you guys next year and he beats them in a game and he says the thing Rodgers said.
Oh God, that would be awful.
I still own you.
Well, Kirk would actually have to win a game in his life for that to matter.
Jared Goff does that.
But also, I don't know if it's just a Dalvin Cook thing, because there's also film of Akeem Hicks throwing Brian O'Neill to the ground and then punching him in the gut for some reason.
I think Akeem Hicks is just a jerk.
Yeah, kind of seems like it.
That might be the problem.
So I'm good on Akeem Hicks. Like, if we want to sign one of these old dudes to play defensive line, go get Calais Campbell. He's better anyways.
Calais Campbell would be good for the Packers too. But I honestly don't expect the Packers to do anything after the draft. They got their guys.
Yeah, right now, I can't see the Vikings doing anything because we don't have any money.
I can't see any big NFC North changes.
Not really.
At all. Unless the Lions surprise everybody and go quarterback, which would be a little scary.
Maybe the Lions are going to trade for Kirk Cousins.
Jared Goff?
No. They're going to keep Jared Goff. He's their backup.
Come on moment.
No, I just told you. It's Teddy Bridgewater season. Teddy Two Gloves. Let me wear my jersey again without looking like a Broncos fan. Well, we know Teddy's leaving Denver, actually. You know what's
He's
wild?
leaving Denver.
If Teddy goes to the NFC, does he become the 5th best quarterback in the NFC?
No. I would put Dak over him.
Dak's already at number 4, guy. It's Kirk. Kirk was the guy we had at 5.
I would take Jalen Hurts over Teddy Bridgewater. That's a genuine fact. I would.
So you wouldn't take Jalen Hurts over Cousins.
I might even take Hurts over Cousins.
I was going to say, you wouldn't take him over Cousins.
I kind of forgot about him when I was talking on Twitter earlier. I kind of forgot about Jalen Hurts, but I think I would have Jalen Hurts at 5 no matter what.
Man, I was getting annoyed with that one. It's like, you're really going to take Hurts over Cousins, or over Bridgewater, but not Cousins? That's messed up.
No. Cousins. I think Hurts is the 5th best quarterback now. If it wasn't for my love for Kyler, which would be my MVP pick. Just to come out of nowhere and do it.
Kyler's going to baseball.
Sure.
Imagine.
He might if it wasn't like canceled currently.
Right? That's tough.
That's why the MLB lockout's happening. The Cardinals paid him off. They're like, just keep the season delayed until Kyler signs with us.
There you go. Makes sense.
Yeah, that is a question that I want to pose to you. Who do you think deserves a contract extension more, Kyler or Lamar?
Lamar.
Okay. I think that they both deserve one. When it comes to leaning one way, I would say probably Lamar because the Ravens are worse without Lamar than the Cardinals are without Kyler, I think.
Right. Well, we saw it this year. Without Kyler, Cardinals stayed competitive.
Sucked. No, sorry, not sucked. They were good.
Yeah, I was like, what? They won games.
Thinking about the Ravens. Yeah.
Like, Colt McCoy came in for Kyler and won games.
Beat the Seahawks and they beat the Panthers beat them, but they beat the Seahawks.
Yeah, but I think the Panthers were destined to win that game no matter what. It was Cam's moment.
Yeah.
Like that was destined to be a Panthers game. Like
we know that was destined to be a Panthers game because Cam Newton, that was the only good game he played last year.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, I was so hyped. I loved it. When I saw him score the touchdown and just start screaming, I'm back. I was like, oh fuck. This could be a problem.
Thought it could be a problem, but then he threw like 25 yards and 3 picks against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Between Kyler and Lamar, I'm gonna lean Lamar just because that team was god awful without him last year. Yeah. They might have been the 1 seed in the AFC had he stayed healthy. They were on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. man, I don't know. I don't know who has the pieces to trade for Kirk. Pittsburgh, I guess, could give us 17.
Nah, Mike Tomlin doesn't want him. He wants a mobile guy.
Kirk's mobile.
Not as mobile
dumb.
as Malik Willis or Roethlisberger, even.
I think Tyler Huntley feels like a very Pittsburgh choice.
I'm kind of curious as to whether or not he'll ever get a starting job somewhere.
I have no idea. I hope so, though.
Future Viking Tyler Huntley.
Fuck it, I'm down. I'm down for it.
Kirk Cousins backs up Lamar.
Sick.
Cousins backs up Lamar, but he keeps number 8 and makes Lamar change.
That's racist. That would never happen.
That's gotta be racist.
That's gotta be racist. Oh God. No, we trade Kirk to Baltimore for Lamar because they don't want to pay Lamar. Suddenly we have the second best quarterback in the NFC.
Lamar?
Yeah. We trade for Lamar. We have the second best quarterback in the NFC.
It would probably be Rodgers, Lamar, Kyler, Dak.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Like I just said, second best. You forgot Stafford, the true GOAT.
Stafford would be at 4 but instead of Dak. Yeah.
Stafford goes above Tyler, too.
Have you seen the takes that Kirk Cousins is that Dak Prescott is just Kirk Cousins but in the Cowboys uniform?
See, I used to think like that, then I stopped.
Seeing that more and more, and I'm just
and
like,
now, I don't know. The more I'm seeing of Dak, I don't know. I question some things. Dak's struggling right now.
I do not think. I mean, they already paid him, but I don't know, dude. Dak's got his own things going on.
Yeah. At least his issue isn't, he's afraid to play football, so that just makes Dak better inherently.
Solid quarterback's better.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing I've been saying. Like, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is truly a better quarterback because Kirk does a lot of things well. He's too afraid, and that's a problem. Like, he's afraid to throw the ball. And so I think Carson Wentz, who might not be better, is a guy I'd rather have than Kirk. Or even Baker Mayfield, Jameis, who may not be, like, more talented. They just aren't afraid to actually let it rip.
Yeah. My favorite soundbite still is the one where Kirk it was in the 2020 season. There was no fans. And so you can hear everything the player said.
Yep.
And Kirk overthrew Jefferson in the end zone. And you just hear him go, F Kirk, throw the ball.
Yeah.
And it's, oh my Lord, dude. It's so funny. Because, like, just a genuine frustration in his voice. Like, throw the ball, please.
Right?
Please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't want to lose a second All-Pro receiver because... Jesus Christ. Oh, this is bad. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, according to a report I'm seeing on Twitter, Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott got into a verbal confrontation after the playoff loss to the 49ers. Cooper referred to Prescott as the Black Kirk Cousins in a meeting, which sent the Cowboys quarterback into a fury. No wonder they want Amari Cooper out of there.
I'll sign up there. I'll throw my hat in the ring there. He's just Kirk Cousins. He's just Kirk Cousins in a Cowboys uniform.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, man.
That would make sense. Why they would cut Amari.
Yeah. That's tough.
Very tough.
Ooh. What's even worse is when you line up their stats, they're like equal. Per game, their averages. Kirk averages 22.6 completions a game. Dak, 22.6. Both average 34 attempts per game. Kirk averages 260 0.7 yards per game. Dak averages 259.8. Kirk's touchdown percentage is 1.8. Dak's is 1.7. Interceptions,
Right.
Kirk at 0.7, Dak at 0.6.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
People say the same thing about that that they do for Kirk. Just look at the stats.
I know.
They're the same guy.
Is Dak Prescott Kirk Cousins just
I feel like he's
also
just the
less
younger
of a
Kirk
douchebag?
Cousins. Yeah, he's also a little bit nicer than Kirk Cousins. Yeah, but yeah.
If I die, I die.
If I die, I die.
Good God. I feel like he'd make a great Colt. Because, mediocre.
You feel like he'd make a great anywhere but the Vikings.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, no, there are certain teams I wouldn't want to curse with Kirk Cousins. There are other teams.
All those teams have a quarterback.
No, like the Browns. I wouldn't want to curse them with Kirk Cousins.
Hey, Baker's top 15.
Hey, if they want to trade us, Baker for Kirk straight up, I'm down.
I feel like a healthy Baker could still have some potential.
I feel like now that Baker with the weapons Minnesota has could be a problem. Baker could be a menace to society.
He already is off the field,
right.
So on the field, he's a total package if he's with Jefferson and Thielen for a year.
Mm-hmm. Man, eventually this is going to be right. This guy, every time a team makes a quarterback move or is talking about a quarterback, he just goes, Kirk Cousins, you are, like yesterday, it was, you are a Denver Bronco after the Aaron Rodgers thing. Then that trade gets made and he goes, okay, Kirk Cousins, you are a commie. Then the Wentz trade gets made. So now he just goes, Kirk Cousins, you are an Indianapolis Colt. It's like eventually something's going to come of this, right?
Yeah.
Just speak it into existence.
Here's my trade idea for the Vikings.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins and their first round pick to Seattle for Drew Lock.
Okay. Kirk and our first to Seattle for. Fine. You want to throw Drew Lock in there? That's fine. But you're also going to give us every other player on your team who's decent. We want Lockett. We want DK. We want Jamal Adams. That's
Drew
about all the
you
good
need.
players on
Drew
your
Lock's
team.
all you need.
Drew Lock is a bottom 5 quarterback in this league. Give me Nathan Peterman before you give me.
He's never thrown 5 picks in a game.
Because he doesn't throw the ball enough. All he has to do is play a total of 6 games to throw 10 interceptions because good quarterbacks do that. Drew Lock's so bad, man.
Nope.
I don't know how you can defend this guy.
MVP season incoming. Here we go.
Just you wait. Final season on an NFL roster incoming.
No, he's better than guys who aren't on rosters.
No, give me Colin Kaepernick over him.
What?
Oh, that one I will stand by 100%.
Colin Kaepernick in his current state? No way.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he knows how to play football anymore. He's been away so long.
Don't worry, Drew Lock, while playing football, doesn't know how to play football anymore, so it's fine.
Just you wait. Just you wait.
For what? Him to stare at a cornerback and throw it at him and then act confused?
The MVP season next year when the Seahawks make the playoffs.
I'd bet money if he's actually the starter, he ends the season with more interceptions than touchdowns. And more fumbles than touchdowns. He finishes with over 40 turnovers next year, promise.
Not even Jameis could do that. When he was
Jameis did that.
30.
No, 30 interceptions. I said 40 turnovers.
More than he fumbled 10 times that year.
I'm looking.
Ooh.
Where the fuck's his fumbled numbers?
Ooh.
Rushing, fumbles, 12 fumbles.
Oh my
so
goodness.
42 turnovers. And I'm telling you now, Drew Lock does the 40 turnover club if he's the starter next year.
Look at Jameis now.
I got
$10
$10 on
after free agent quarterback. Here we are.
Especially since the last time he was the starter, he was 23 turnover guy in only 13 games. So add another 4 on there.
It's would have made the playoffs had he been healthy.
No.
They were still a game away without him. The Saints could have made the playoffs without him.
I thought you were talking about Drew Lock still. I was like, no. He doesn't know.
If Jameis Winston was healthy, they would have made the playoffs.
Yeah, they could have. Absolutely. Oh, God. I don't know, man. I don't know what the move is. It's beginning to look more and more like he's staying. And that's fine as long as we don't sign him to an extension.
No extension. Don't do that.
Oh, shit. Darius Leonard his tweet today said, "Here we go again." About to be 5 years with the Colts and 5 different QBs. Thank you, Carson, for everything this year, my guy. Wish you nothing but the best. Fuck it. Darius Leonard to the Vikings for Kirk Cousins.
Darius Leonard seems actually upset that Carson Wentz is gone.
Because he's smart enough to know it wasn't Carson's fault.
Yes.
Because it wasn't. Carson played extremely well. And for all the people who don't want to watch tape and just want to look at the stats, how about 27 touchdowns to only 7 picks? The turnover-prone guy wasn't very turnover-prone. He was very good.
It's pretty close to Aaron Rodgers' numbers. The touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Carson wasn't the issue. The Colts in total had a lot of issues. And I'm sorry, if you could have got him a couple more weapons, if T.Y. was healthy all year and you have Michael Pittman and you can get him, I'm trying to think of who would have been available this year. At this point, an Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson, would have been better. But so who trades for Taylor Heineke now?
I don't know. I'm honestly kind of confused as to why he wasn't included in the Wentz deal.
Yeah, right? At least give the Colts a quarterback. Right now, Sam Ellinger.
I feel like there's absolutely no way that the Colts were like, hey, also give us Taylor Heineke. And then Washington was like, no.
Maybe Washington did say no.
I don't know why. Taylor Heineke.
Because Carson Wentz is bound to miss at least one game, so you just put Heineke back out there.
You forget the other quarterback on their roster.
They don't have another quarterback on their roster.
Patrick.
He's a free agent.
So, resign him then. Resign him. Have him back up Wentz.
I'd much rather have Heineke at this point.
I see. I think Fitzpatrick should go. I was just talking about this in my podcast.
To a team that doesn't suck and finally get a ring.
Ago. Either that or who was I talking? I was talking about somebody.
I'm guessing somebody bad. The Seahawks?
Talking about one of the. This was before the Rush trade. Talking about him going somewhere to work with a guy.
So I'm guessing it had to do with a young guy. The Texans for Davis Mills.
Yes. Okay. That was it.
It's Patrick back to the
now.
Texans. Be interesting.
Now that the Seahawks. I don't think Fitzpatrick's played for the Seahawks yet.
No.
Drew Lock needs a mentor.
No, Drew Lock needs.
He can be the. Oh, that was the other thing. The Jets and Zach Wilson. That was the other one.
I don't think Fitzpatrick is going back to the Texans or the Jets.
Probably not, but I think. I was talking about this on my podcast. I think Fitzpatrick was a better backup than Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco might also be able to give him mentorship. I don't know. Patrick should not stay in Washington, though, as far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough. All right. I don't know. Trying to think of anything else that could happen because I'm sure something crazy is still. Oh. Ravens offensive tackle Alejandro Villanueva has decided to retire.
I expected it. He's old, dude.
You know what's weird about how old he is, though? He's retiring after 7 seasons.
He's almost 30 as an offensive lineman.
Yeah, but 7 seasons
maybe
just
even
feels
30.
so short.
It does. It does.
But congrats on a great career. You have fun. Cardinals are releasing linebacker Jordan Hicks per source. Wow.
Maybe they should go linebacker in the draft then.
Apparently, because Zaven Collins was an absolute miss.
Oh, poor guy. I was high on him too.
Wow. Next season, Carson Wentz will not only face the Eagles twice, he'll also
Colts, baby.
travel back to Indianapolis to play the Colts.
Sir.
Ooh.
Sir.
So, okay, the full trade is out. So the Colts are getting a 2022 third-round pick, a 2023 third-round pick that can become a second if Wentz plays 70% of the plays, and a 2022 second-round pick. The Commanders are getting Wentz and a second-round pick. They're basically swapping second-round picks this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's interesting.
Pro Bowl left tackle Eric Fisher is not going back to the Colts. Yikes. This is getting bad. Also, apparently the Seahawks want Deshaun Watson, which makes no sense. Oh, we lost Jake. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello? Uh-oh. Whose internet's broken? Mine or yours? Weird. Can you hear me now? Gotta love Discord issues. You there? Can you hear me? Oh, weird. Weird. Registering. Weird. Something weird's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Well, this is immediately strange.
It is very strange. It's very strange. I don't know. Might just wrap this one maybe and come back a little later. Maybe. Hello. Now I got nothing. What the fuck? All right, I hear you this time. Hello? Can you hear me? You there? Okay, fuck.
This is very, very awkward.
This is dumb. This is dumb. I hate it. Can you hear me? Apparently not. Oh, God. What did you do? What? What'd you do?
I know what I did.
You deafened me? You deafened? Did you deafen?
No. So I pulled up your stream.
Okay.
And I muted my computer audio because I have the stream audio playing in the background, and that also may have.
Genius.
I'm a genius. I know.
Top 10 genius. Wow. Okay.
Top 10 best Jake Talk Sports. Also, I'm hearing everything that's being said back.
Because you have the stream open?
There we go.
I don't know.
We're good. Yep.
Jesus
I had it open on Twitter too. This was a really bad moment for me. This is a really bad moment for me.
That's a bad look.
This is all live.
Professional content creator over here.
I listen. Oh, gosh. This is
It's
bad.
okay. In the last month, I've started like 3 streams without turning on my webcam, so I just switched to something and it's just a black screen. And then I turn on my webcam and it's like, "Hi, I'm a professional streamer. Don't worry about it."
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, back to what we were doing. I don't even know what we were doing.
I don't know where we were. You disappeared and it broke my brain. Oh, so quick question: did you go see the Batman yet?
Oh yeah, I did a review of it on my podcast too.
Oh, did you? So, all right, for people like me who are an asshole and didn't hear it, what'd you think?
I might regret saying this, but I'm gonna put it out there. I think it's the best Batman movie.
Oh, okay, you win. I was thinking you were gonna say it sucked, and I was gonna have to kill you.
Oh no. I just think people are gonna give me heat for putting over The Dark Knight.
Okay,
It was
The Dark Knight is the most overrated movie ever right now. Dark Knight was good, but it is not this pinnacle of theater.
It's still the second best Batman movie, probably.
Because most of the Batman movies suck. Don't get me started on the 90s Batman movies with the bat nipples.
This one was ridiculously good.
Oh, it was so good.
The writing was really good. I like how it was like shot like completely in the dark, pretty much. Paul Dano, that's his name. Guy who played the Riddler was perfect.
Yeah,
he was so good, and Robert Pattinson was really good too. I think that the movie as a whole just had a different vibe from the movies because he's more of like the detective Batman as opposed to Batman. But man, it was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
For sure. Yeah, I loved it. I think Robert Pattinson did a great job as Bruce Wayne because he was super fun to be. He's a recluse who never left his house for 15, 20 years and then suddenly became this dark, evil, not evil, but dark and this vigilante. That's weird. And
it's strange.
But I loved it. Pattinson was great.
So good.
Zoe Kravitz was amazing. Yeah, so good. I can't wait for them to make another one.
It's gonna be a bit, but yeah.
I don't know if it'll be that long, but yeah. The other big thing from today, the other big news. Did you see the Kenobi trailer?
I did. I'm so excited.
So ready. It looks so good.
I feel like, yeah. I don't know. Actually, the Star Wars TV shows have not really been my thing.
Really?
Not because I haven't liked them. It's just because I haven't gotten like into watching any of them. Like I've only seen the first season of Mando. I haven't seen any of the Book of Boba Fett yet. I'm going to watch and just haven't gotten around to. But Kenobi, I'm genuinely just pumped for. Like, I'm going to be right on that when it comes out. But I'm going to try and finish Mando and Book of Boba Fett, too, because those look very, very good.
I've loved the shows. They've been top tier.
TV shows in general usually don't miss.
I got
Star Wars Rebels
at the people talking about the Book of Boba Fett. Because they ruined his character. I want the guy from the original trilogy. The badass. It's like, what part of the guy in the original trilogy was a badass? He said 2 lines, and in the only action sequence we got, he got killed by a blind dude. How is he a badass? Like, Boba Fett didn't have a character until this show, so don't pretend he did. They're like, well, I read a book one time, and it's like, yeah, a book that was never real. Like, it's a book somebody wrote, but I could go write a book about Boba Fett. Doesn't mean that's what Boba Fett is. Like, fuck.
I mean, that's canon. Yeah.
Right. Canon matters. And
does matter.
Or Disney changed canon. No. George Lucas said the only things that were canon was his movies and the Clone Wars. That's it.
It's canon for Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah. And so the only canon Disney changed is adding the sequels, which was going to happen one way or the other. So.
Did it have to, though?
I don't hate the sequels as much as everybody else does, but I see the issues with them.
I hate The Last Jedi.
See,
I hate The Last Jedi.
The worst one is The Rise of Skywalker to me, but that's...
Rise of Skywalker was kind of stupid. The ending.
The Rise of Skywalker didn't know what it was trying to be.
Yeah, and making Rey a Palpatine just doesn't.
No.
Doesn't make any sense.
Especially doing that and then calling her a Skywalker at the end. If she truly was a nobody, I bet no one gives a shit that she called herself a Skywalker.
Right? Who does her not being a Palpatine change anything about Palpatine's arc in that movie? I don't think so.
Not really.
I think Palpatine would still be the character he was in that movie, even if Rey wasn't related to him.
Right.
Maybe he wanted her to take his throne, but he could have said that even if she was a Skywalker.
Right.
But yeah, speaking of stuff that I'm excited for, how are you feeling about the Multiverse of Madness movie?
Oh, I'm so
Are you pumped for that one?
So hyped.
The trailer. I don't know if this was the same for you, but that was the last trailer before. That was the last trailer I saw before the Batman, and it looks so good.
I didn't get another comic book movie trailer at all before the Batman.
Didn't?
No. I got weird trailers before the Batman. I can't. One of them was for that ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I did not get that one.
Or whatever it is.
One of mine was the Sonic
movie. It's been having
movie.
ads for like 3 years. Is it ever coming out?
I think it got delayed because of COVID, like filming and stuff. And I think they're just like producing it now, I want to say. But it doesn't even look like it's going to be that good of a movie. So
it really does.
I
don't have enough time to watch movies that aren't like at this point I watch Star Wars and Marvel and maybe DC if it interests me. I don't have time to keep watching movies.
Right. But like DC movies, like the only upcoming one I'm excited for is the Flash one.
See, and I'm not, because they're just erasing every other movie they ever made. So I think it's going to be pointless.
Probably going to be pointless, but that's the only one that even remotely sparks my interest. Like Black Adam with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What are we doing?
That one could be interesting.
I just don't know how I feel about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as like a superhero, but
that's what he plays in every movie. Normally, the superhero is just The Rock.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. I don't know what they do with the rest of DC, because like they made this Batman movie and then have already said it's in a different universe than every other movie.
Pattinson's is his own,
which pisses me off. So my favorite DC comic run. Okay, maybe not my favorite. There are some good comic runs. I'm a big comic nerd. But the Gotham City Sirens is great. Zoe Kravitz is an amazing Catwoman. Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie's a perfect Harley Quinn. So all we need is a good Poison Ivy to make a Gotham City Sirens movie. Except Harley Quinn and Catwoman aren't in the same universe currently. So it can't happen, and it pisses me off.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to say specifics, but this movie definitely opened the window to Harley Quinn possibly existing later.
Right, but not Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
Sure.
which is the issue.
It'll probably be a completely different character than Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, though.
But I also love the idea of Poison Ivy being played by Kristen Stewart.
That'd be good.
Force Edward Novella on the screen again, just to piss people off.
I'm just very, very, very excited for the second movie. The director talked about Nightwing and Red Hood being involved in Pattinson's universe, and Nightwing. You may call me you may not like this, but Nightwing is my favorite DC character.
That's fair.
I love Nightwing so much, and to see him on live action would be nuts. I'd be so happy.
That'd be dope. I'm a big Jason Todd Red Hood fan. So,
have you seen Under the Red Hood?
Yes.
I'm assuming you have.
Yes.
That's such an underrated movie.
Imagine
I love
if we
that.
could get that storyline in live action with Robert.
That's what I'm saying. That would be so good. That would be
We'd
so
also
good.
have to get a Killing Joke movie first, or not a Killing Joke, Death in the Family first. But it would still work.
You're right. It would work.
You'd just have to fully buy into Robert Pattinson if you're Warner Brothers, and I don't know.
If I were them, I would.
I would. He was amazing.
It was great. Great.
Trying to think what other stuff I want to see. I don't know how you do it, but I really want Marvel, if they're going to go full in on this weird multiversal stuff, even if they pulled a DC and made it animated, I want a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe movie.
I just want Deadpool in the MCU somehow.
He's coming. They've talked about Deadpool 3 already. He's coming. He'll be there.
Oh yeah, he'll be there. Yeah, Deadpool. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe is such a fun comic. I need to start ordering some comics. My Amazon cart has like 40 of them right now.
Yeah, I got big into Batman and stuff when I was a kid because my dad has a bunch of old Batman comics, and that's why I like Nightwing too, because I read about him a lot.
Yep.
But yeah, comics are dope, dude.
So the only actual comic I own right now is kind of hilarious. I own 5 of them. It's all the same book, but I own all 5 different covers of the FaZe and Batman collab comic. Okay, I thought it was 5 different comics. I thought I was ordering the full story. It wasn't the full story.
You ordered 5 different covered ones with the exact same content.
I got all the covers. Hey, one day, because they were a limited time run, maybe they'll be worth money and I win.
They definitely could be.
Or they won't be and
you win
lose.
That situation.
So,
you win that situation.
Well, I guess I don't lose because I do still own the
You own the limited
comic,
editions,
so,
and
it was still only like $25 to get all of them. So like whatever.
Sure.
It's not like I'm out $1 billion here, which is always good. Not being out $1 billion is always a good deal. Man, I'm trying to think what other cool storylines would there be. I've been waiting for eventually what is that stupid comic run? Oh, I think 1602 by Neil Gaiman would be such a cool story. So basically in 1602 it's all of the Marvel heroes, so Spider-Man, the X-Men, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Daredevil, Doctor Doom, and Magneto, and a bunch of others, showing up instead of, in the night between 1900 and, 2020, they show up in 1602, and just, like, it's a wild storyline. It's great. I think it would be a cool movie. It'll never happen, but I want it to.
Oh, you know what movie I watched last night for the first time that I think is like actually incredible?
Which one?
Joker.
Oh,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Still haven't.
I loved it, dude.
It doesn't mean anything to me right now.
It doesn't mean anything to add to the storyline at all, It's such a cool movie.
Yeah, I've heard
So
great
well
things.
made.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
excite
And
me.
here's the thing, I have not seen the old Batman movies since I was like a kid. So I want to pain myself and put myself through them just so I can have my own opinion on them and not just say they're bad because everybody else does.
Fair enough.
What
I just say they're bad because of bat nipples.
Whatever the one with Arnold in it as
Yep.
Mr. Freeze, I want it. Whatever the one with the really weird Bane, I want it. Whatever the one with Jack Nicholson as the Joker, I want it.
Jack Nicholson did good as the Joker. So
I
did
feel like that
Jared
movie was
Leto,
good.
though. I don't want to hear it. People are.
Jared Leto's great. Jared Leto's
It
great.
was a great Joker. But here's the thing: the Joker in the comics has 3 different, he has 3 different characters in the different eras. He was Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger are not the same Joker, but they both did great. Jared Leto wasn't trying to play the same version of the Joker as Heath Ledger. He was playing the true clown prince of crime.
Right. And
Fully
that's why
psycho, fully gangster, fully weird.
Yeah. And that's why people got upset. Is because Heath Ledger set that expectation.
He did.
Heath Ledger was so good, but Heath Ledger, that character was written that way. Jared Leto's character was written a completely different way, and he did a very good job playing the character the way it was meant to be played. Yeah. And if you put Heath Ledger in Jared Leto's spot, he wouldn't be that good. If you put Jared Leto in Heath Ledger's spot with that character, he wouldn't be that good. Those two were just made for the roles that they were given.
I'm sad we're never going to get to see Jared Leto again.
Yeah, me too.
I think Jared Leto.
This is a kind of a long shot, but have you seen Gotham, the TV show?
No, I haven't.
Okay, their Joker's really, really good too.
I've heard good things.
Really good.
I think Robert Pattinson's Batman with Jared Leto's Joker could have been special.
In those two, the way that that Batman movie played out, and the way that universe is kind of set up, I think he would fit right into that movie.
But
if Jared Leto had been the villain in that movie instead of the Riddler, let's say, I think he would have fit right in.
Yeah, he would have, and it would have been insane.
The Riddler was a good choice for Pattinson's first movie because he was meant to be a detective,
right?
And the Riddler's not a physical villain,
right? He's
more just like I'm a mess with your head. So I think it was very, very good that if they say, hey, he's supposed to be a detective, let's bring in a villain who's going to make him be a detective. Whereas I think with the next few movies, it's going to be not Jared Leto. It's going to be
whoever,
maybe the Joker or like.
Yeah. Well,
I want to see one of the more I want to see one of the more out there villains be live action.
Yeah.
Let's get some Clayface action.
Let's
get
that
some
comic run. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. What is the comic run? The War of Jokes and Riddles by Tom King. Kind of spoiler territory for Batman, for the Batman right here. Go watch it, come back. Or if you listen, this is your fucking fault.
Warning you, yes.
So it kind of seems like they were setting it up at the end of that movie.
Oh yeah,
they're setting up
honestly
the War
think
of Jokes and Riddles.
The villain for the second movie, I think, is going to be.
I think it's going to be both the Riddler and the Joker.
100%. The Riddler and the Joker are both going to be kind of messing with Batman throughout the movie. And that's the thing. The Joker's not necessarily himself a very physical villain.
Right.
He's also kind of psychological. Batman, but
so
the Riddler, yeah.
Basically, this story, it starts with the Riddler telling the Joker that if they team up, they could kill Batman for once and for all. That doesn't really happen. The whole arc starts because the Joker finds himself completely unable to laugh, and the Riddler, who is able to solve anything, admits he can't solve the Batman. So they try to team up. It turns into some bullshit, and they start fighting each other while fighting the Batman. And it's a whole big thing. I think it would be a great storyline for the second one. But I also agree with you.
Them both, yeah.
Getting a little weird with it could be fun. Also,
Oh,
give me Mr. Freeze. Give me
yeah, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, and Bat, Scarecrow, something like that.
Right.
Ooh, also,
Man-Bat would be wild.
Wouldn't Man-Bat be super cool?
Yeah.
So I want to get your thoughts on this. Which character do you think was more like terrifying to like sit and watch? Paul Dano's Riddler or Heath Ledger's Joker?
Ooh.
This is a conversation I was having with my friends after we saw the movie. Which one was like a more like terrifying, like chilling performance?
To me, it's Heath Ledger. But
okay.
But I don't think it's
too.
just Heath Ledger. I think even Jared Leto was that way. I think it's just the character of the Joker. When he's written correctly, you see him on screen and it just, I don't know, it makes your skin crawl and your stomach turn. Like it just
like have you like heard the stories of how Heath Ledger prepared to be the Joker?
Yeah.
Locking himself in a motel room and like the journal he wrote is just genuinely like psychotic.
Oh. So yeah, he did a bunch of crazy stuff. So did Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto did too.
Yeah. So apparently, according to Margot Robbie, whatever, however you say her name, she said she was genuinely afraid to act in scenes with him. He scared the living shit out of her. Which, fair. But yeah, according to this article, he was stalking a bunch of drug lords on Instagram so he could like learn what that one was. He spent time in an actual asylum learning what that was like. He hired legitimate henchmen, like in real life. He sent a dead pig to the cast, which is just weird.
Yeah.
Gave Margot Robbie a live rat, sent bullets to Will Smith, made video messages for the entire Suicide Squad, slept in a prison. What? Yeah, he went to a prison and just asked them if he could live there for a while.
Speaking of Suicide Squad stuff, have you by any chance, on another long shot, but have you watched Peacemaker yet?
No, I have not.
John Cena? I would highly recommend that. Great show. Great show.
Heard good things. I've heard good things. Peacemaker's just never been a character I've cared about. So it just doesn't interest me that much. I'm also not the biggest DC guy.
Neither am I.
So
quick breaking NFL news.
Oh, good God.
Rumors. Jimmy Garoppolo has informed the 49ers that he will only waive his trade clause for the Colts, Saints, and Steelers.
Interesting.
So,
according to this guy, Jordan Love is a name to watch closely for the Colts at quarterback. Chris Ballard tried to get him in the draft. And
yes,
now they have the
sir.
assets to make a
Get
deal.
him out. Get him out. Leave him behind.
Dude, no way Carson Wentz.
Screw Jordan Love.
Where's number 11 on the Commanders?
Nobody. Maybe Cam Sims. No, he wears 83. 89.
No, he wears 10.
Humphries wears 11, maybe? Humphries wears 10.
Let's see.
I don't think anybody wears number 11 for the Commanders. I think Carson Wentz might go back to 11.
I don't know. The NFL just tweeted out a picture of him, and he's wearing the number 2.
Who was 11 in? Was it Pittman who was 11 in Indianapolis? Did they have it?
Yeah, it was Pittman. Which is just, I don't know. Mediocre at the time wide receiver telling his quarterback that he doesn't get his number is weird.
Wentz is also a super nice guy. He probably didn't care.
I know, but like, it was.
I don't think Wentz I don't even know if Wentz asked for it.
I don't either, to be honest.
Yeah.
But no, just the way he came out and was like, I'm not giving him my fucking number. It's like, bro, don't start the diva bullshit before you're any good.
Dude.
Calm down.
Like, nah, I want to.
Wait, sorry, you got to restart. I missed that.
Like, when AJ Brown was trying to recruit Julio, he's like, "I'll give you 11 if you come," and then Julio Jones came and took 2 anyway.
Right. But it's one of those things. Like, I'm sorry, you can't tell the quarterback who just got traded for he can't have your number unless you're genuinely good. Like, Devontae Adams is allowed to say, "Fuck you, this is my number." D-Hop is allowed to say, "Fuck you, it's my number." JJ's allowed to say, "Fuck you, it's my number." But
like if at some point down the road the Cardinals or D-Hop went to a team with a quarterback whose number was 10, like if D-Hop goes to the Chargers at some point, which is a very real possibility,
he wouldn't probably even ask for 10. I don't think.
Hopkins?
Yeah.
No, I think Hopkins would probably change the number to single digits.
Probably. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, how do you act like you're a stud when you've caught like 2 passes in your career?
Pittman was decent this year, but like before this, nothing. Like
Pittman
really nothing.
Got overrated this year.
He got overrated this year, but he wasn't like bad. He just wasn't like exceptional.
What was he? Last year, so in 2020, he had 40 catches for 500 yards and 1 touchdown. This year, he had 88 catches for 1,082 yards and 6 touchdowns.
1,000-yard season.
Yeah, that's fine, but like you're acting so wild.
Yeah.
Oh. It's okay, though. It could be worse. You could be Kyle Pitts and be very good and have people saying you're bad because you only caught 1 touchdown. It's like,
I can't wait for the Kyle Pitts breakout year. Oh.
The issue is he'll go for 2,000 yards but finish with 3 touchdowns because the Falcons don't use their best targets in the red zone. That's why Julio never had a 10-touchdown year.
Right, but people won't say Julio's bad for that, but they'll say Kyle Pitts is.
Right, which annoys the fuck out of me.
Kyle Pitts is generational. Just wait. Next couple of years, he's gonna go nuclear.
I mean, he
guarantee
went for 1,100 yards.
He went
this
for
year.
like 1,000 yards as a rookie tight end, which never happens.
Right.
Rookie tight ends very rarely are good right out the gate.
And yeah, he didn't get used in the red zone because you know who did? Cordero Patterson.
Cordero Patterson and Olamide Zaccheaus.
Who Cordero Patterson had a breakout year at the age of 95.
He's been all over the place. Was he a Viking? He was, right?
Yeah, he got drafted to Minnesota. Became the greatest kick returner of all time in Minnesota. Devin Hester is the best returner of all time. But just purely kick returns, it's Cordero. He's the best.
Soon, Kenny and Nwangwu will be the
I hope so.
The best kick returner
Kenny and Nwangwu has me
Vikings
hyped.
history.
He has me hyped. But
For
no.
good reason.
Yeah. So he had, oh my God. So he had rushing yards wise. Oh, I'm looking at rushing yards, not receiving yards. But yeah, he had 150 carries for 618 yards and 6 touchdowns. So he was averaging 4 yards a carry this year. And receiving wise, he had 52 catches for 548 yards and 5 touchdowns. Like, he became the dual threat guy in the league.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, after being in Chicago where he had a total of like 12 yards. Like, God, I forgot he played for Oakland for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Patriots. He's a Super Bowl champ. What? I forgot that.
Yep. Who?
Cordero Patterson's a Super Bowl champ with the Patriots.
Oh yeah, I remember because they played the Packers that year.
2018 on the Patriots.
They played the Packers in the regular season that year. I remember Cordero Patterson was like their running back 1.
Yeah. Dude, and he can do it. He's proven that time and time again.
I hope he stays in Atlanta. They could actually be kind of dangerous if they draft another receiver.
I hope he doesn't come back to Minnesota.
Hope he doesn't?
Yeah, I don't want him
Back
to
to
stay in
Minnesota?
Atlanta. No, I said I hope he doesn't stay in
doesn't stay in
Atlanta
Atlanta.
and then
Okay,
come back
okay.
to Minnesota.
They're gonna use him for. They have Dalvin Cook and they have Kenny and Nwangwu to
I know, but
return kicks.
we
What
can
are they gonna
use
use
him.
him for?
Trust me, we
Wide
can use him.
receiver, wide receiver
No,
3.
we can use him. We can.
KJ Osborne down the slot.
He's a mixture of wide receiver 3 and running back 2, and tight end 2. He's just everything. He's our weapon. He's that X factor.
He's like the reverse of Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel's a wide receiver who can play running back. He's a running back who can play wide receiver.
Well, no, because he was drafted as a wide receiver. He's
true, but he's been a running back.
He's always been a receiver who just runs because teams.
I'm so mad at Cordell Patterson because he ruined my Mike Davis fantasy take last year.
He didn't ruin it. Mike Davis being a useless ass ruined that.
No, one of my favorite moments. I was listening back to old episodes of the Stay Hot podcast, and they were talking about fantasy sleepers, and all of them were like, "Dude, Mike Davis is gonna be so good. Who's the next running back? Oh, it's Cordero Patterson." They're laughing about it. Then he goes out and does whatever. Oh, jeez, it's so annoying.
He finally found somebody
so
who used him correctly.
Yeah,
that's all he's ever needed.
Arthur Smith, I think, should get a lot of credit for last year. I think he's a good coach.
Yeah, he's not bad. I think more credit for at least their offense. Got to go to Matt Ryan. What's up?
Why does Mike Zimmer not have a job right now at doing anything?
I have no idea. Same with Vic Fangio.
I just realized that.
Vic Fangio doesn't have a job either.
Right now.
You can't tell me there's not a team who would have liked one of those guys as a defensive coordinator. Well, and even the Vikings DC, Andre Patterson, who I liked and said we should keep, I don't think he has a job. Oh, actually, he does. Really?
I suppose that Darius Leonard wasn't talking about the next 5 years. He was talking about his 5 years of his career.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that originally.
Yeah, he's never had the same quarterback 2 years in a row.
Kobe Brissett.
Luck, Wentz, Rivers.
Luck?
Yeah, he had Luck. The year before Rivers, Luck still played.
So Luck, Rivers, Brissett, Wentz.
Who was the year before that? I saw the list. Let me find it again.
Luck, Rivers, Brissett.
I'm trying to think. Who the fuck was it? Where's the list? I can't find it, man. I guess I can just look up Colts starting QBs.
Scott Tolzien.
No, he didn't start a full season.
He would be the fifth, though.
No, I don't think so.
He'd be the fifth different QB that he would have played with. Who was our starter in 2017 besides Scott Tolzien then? That would be the guy.
Colts.
Because Angelo was hurt that whole year. Believe.
Oh, it was Brissett and Tolzien for one game. So was it 2018? 2018 was Luck. 2019 was Rivers. No.
2019 was Brissett, 2020 was Rivers, and 2021 was Carson Wentz.
Then something feels off. Something feels off here. I don't know what it is, but something's not right. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure it out. I guess it was Brissett. But Brian Hoyer also started games for him, so that doesn't make sense. I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer is to that one. Andre Patterson got hired by the New York Giants. I didn't know that. Interesting. All right. Well, you said you didn't have much time, and we went over the time you said
I'm already
you had,
over.
so
Yeah.
let's go ahead and wrap it up there. Got anything else you want to say to the people?
I'm all good. But thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for being on. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.